In session of cause number 328-730, State of Texas versus Adam Soul. Mr. Soul, would you please come forward? Mr. Soul, see here that you are represented by attorney Charles Rojas, is that correct? In this case, you also had a felony case set today, is that correct?
Yes,
Have you been over to the felony court?
yes.
What did they do in that court?
They just reset it, told me to get an attorney, but I was explaining to him that I can't afford one. He just
Okay.
reset it, that's all he did.
Let me ask you, sir, do you have your reset date?
Yes.
Did they give you a reset date?
Yes, sir.
Okay. You're gonna stand on the 4X and the court coordinator in this court is gonna reset that date to the same date. And once you get your reset, you'll be free to go and you have a blessed day.
Thank you.
All right. The 4X. Yeah. Yeah, let's see if he already has one, so we won't have to e-file that. Yeah, we don't have to e-file that because it's on the same case. This is cause number 326-836. Case of Style of State of Texas versus Ashley Renee Sharp. Is that your full name?
Yes, sir.
Ms. Sharp, would you please raise your right hand? Ms. Sharp, do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
You may put your hand down. How you doing, Ms. Sharp?
Good, how are you?
I'm doing fine, thanks for asking. Now, Ms. Sharp, I have your judge's explanation of rights to defend us without an attorney, and your initials are on line 3, which states I want to apply for court-appointed counsel. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Now, Ms. Sharp, I have here an affidavit of indigency that is filled out. Do you recognize this document?
Yes, sir.
Ms. Sharp, is this your signature
Yes, sir.
on this document? Is everything in this document true and correct to the best of your knowledge?
Yes, sir.
Ms. Sharp reviewed your affidavit of indigency. Ms. Sharp, you meet the eligibility requirements for the appointment of a court-appointed attorney. And Ms. Sharp, the attorney that is going to be appointed to represent you in this case is Attorney David Grove. Yes, we'll give you all of the information that you need to contact Mr. Grove, and he will be giving information on how to contact you.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
Okay.
Now, Ms.
I do have a question for my mom. My mom wants to know the $1,500 that she put up.
What?
When the court is all done, does she get half?
Well, I mean, right now, I mean, your bond information, and that's you asking information about your bondsman. Your attorney can tell you all about that.
Yes, sir. She wanted me to ask you.
Yes. Let's see. David Grove.
Go ahead and sign for me in that box. You won't be able to see, but I will need you to sign in for your children. Thank you, ma'am. Here for your box.
Sure. Stand on the X right there. And you're gonna follow the directions, the instructions of our clerk.
Yes, sir.
Ms. Sharp,
Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am.
raise your right hand for me. You do swear that everything provided on this document is true and correct to the best of your knowledge?
Yes, ma'am. Come back and have another draft. Call my attorney and let them know.
I'm not sure I would ask
Okay.
whenever you do it. Can I come over here to her and she'll do that?
Thank you.
Deputy Porter, could you, make a copy of that for me?
The copy?
Yeah, one copy. Julia Daniel, there's one person that y'all need to talk to.
Okay, Judge, who is it? Do you know?
Christopher Baker? No, you said, the name is Christopher Baker.
Okay, thanks, Judge.
Okay,
Yes, sir. That's my judge. I'll be done.
okay. Joseph Associate? This is cause number 330288. The case is styled the state of Texas versus Joseph Lynn Socia. Is that your full name?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Socia, would you please raise your right hand? Mr. Socia, do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth to help you God?
Sure do.
You may put your hand down. How you doing, Mr. Socia?
Just fine. How you?
I'm doing fine. Thanks for asking, Mr. Socia. I have before me a document that is titled Judge's Explanation of Rights to Defendants Without an Attorney. Do you recognize this document?
Is order lawyer?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
And is this your signature on this document?
Yes, sir.
And are these your initials on this document stating that
Yes,
you would like
sir.
to apply for court appointed counsel? Okay. Mr. Socia, I also have another document before me. This document is titled the Affidavit of Indigency. Mr. Socia, do you recognize this document?
Yes, sir.
And on page 2 of the same document, Mr. Socia, is this your signature?
Yes, sir.
Now, Mr. Socia, is everything true and correct in this document to the
Yes,
best of
sir.
your knowledge? Okay. Now, let's see, Mr. Socia, this is your take-home pay. Now, this amount, is that per month?
No, that's for a weekly.
Okay, you have it calls for a monthly income. Let me get this back to you so you can make your adjustment.
Should be about 1,500 a month. That's what was.
That's 50, that's 500, and that's weekly, that's 2,000.
Give and take.
Okay, so let's see.
Just the estimate. I drive a tow truck, so it just depends.
Okay.
Some weeks is good, some weeks is
Oh, he got
bad.
transportation, you got weekly on here too, you got this on weekly. He got a couple of things here, I had to tell here where he has weekly there, he gotta change that, and he gotta change that amount, just the total is gonna change too.
The weekly on the car or,
If we can-
Wherever you got weekly, all of that's supposed to be monthly,
oh, okay, so
so you're just gonna have to make it
Uh,
refigured and see what it is per month.
200, that's $600.
yeah,
That's 120, I mean, 160.
You're gonna have to total that up at the bottom, gonna change the total.
That's 600.
600 right here.
Oh, no, you got.
No, no, that's monthly. So. He wouldn't be here if the guy wouldn't put his hands on my daughter. And I'm-
Well, sir, let me tell you, so you have a right to against self-incrimination. Anything that you say can be used against you and will be used against you in the court of law.
Yes,
Okay?
sir. Monthly right here. This will be monthly right here too.
Okay. Now, so Mr. Socius, everything in this document you're correct to the best of your knowledge?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Mr. Socia. Like you meet the eligibility requirements for the appointment of court-appointed attorney. And Mr. Socia, you're gonna stand over here on the X. And when your attorney that's gonna be appointed to represent you is Mr. Jack Lawrence. Socia. And they will give you all the information that you need to contact Mr. Lawrence, and he will be given information on how to contact you as well. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
All right. Leave here. You'll be free to go and you have a blessed day. Just have a seat over there until they come back in. Jack Laws. I got it. I'll put it on. Let me get this to you. Okay. Let me do this here. Mr. Boyd, you can either go in the back and talk to him, or you could go outside and talk to him.
Raise your right hand for me. You
Okay.
swear that everything provided on this document right here is true and correct to the best of your knowledge.
Mr. Gotta do this to him.
All right. Then we're gonna go over.
No, have him to come back here before you leave.
Oh,
You need to stand back there on the X, and I need to go over that with you. Okay, this is cause number 330-288, case of Style State of Texas versus Joseph Socia. Mr. Socia just handed you a document that is titled Standard Bond Conditions and County Court of Law number 2. Do you see that document?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I will go over this document with you. And the document reads, following the arrest and or accusation in County Court at Law number 2 of Jefferson County, Texas, all bail bonds executed for release of any defendant named herein are ordered subject to the following additional conditions. Number 1, the defendant shall commit no offense against the laws of this state, any other state, or of the United States. Do you understand that condition?
Yes, sir.
And condition number 2, the defendant shall submit to testing for drugs and alcohol at any time as directed by the court. The court may revoke the bond and order the arrest of any defendant who, A, refuses to submit to test for drugs and alcohol when directed to do so by the court, or B, submit to a test for drugs and alcohol, and the test indicates the presence of drugs or alcohol in the defendant's body. And that's pursuant to the Texas Code of Criminal Procedure, Article 17.44, A2 and C2. Do you understand that condition?
No, sir, what is that about?
Let me read it again.
Is it just for, I don't do no drugs, so I ain't never been in trouble.
These are conditions of bond, and you're currently out on bond. And so as a condition of your bond, in County Code of Law number 2, it says that the defendant shall submit to testing for any drugs and alcohol at any time as directed by the court. The court may revoke the bond and order the arrest of any defendant who, A, refuses to submit to a test for drugs and alcohol when directed to do so by the court, or B, submit to a test for drugs and alcohol, and the test indicates the presence of drugs or alcohol in the defendant's body, and that's pursuant to the Texas Code of Criminal Procedure, Article 17.44, A2 or C2.
Yes, sir.
You understand that?
Yes, sir.
And condition number 3, the defendant shall not communicate either directly or indirectly with the alleged victim of the pending offense, and the defendant shall not go near any residence, school, or other location frequented by the alleged victim. Do you understand that condition?
Yes, sir. But I got a question, actually.
Well, let me do this here. before you ask that question, this bond condition is a condition that applies in this case, and if you violate any one of these bond conditions, your bond can be revoked, which means a warrant could be issued for arrest and you could be placed in jail.
Oh, you ain't worried about me going down.
Okay, so you understand that condition?
Yes, sir.
Okay, just hold on a minute. Okay. And condition number 4, Mr. Associate, doesn't apply because it only applies in the DWI case. In your case, it's not a DWI case. Okay, now, Mr. Associate, if you violate any one of these bonds conditions, your bond can be revoked and you can be placed in the Jefferson County Jail. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Okay, stand on the X to the far left in front of our coordinator. Once she give you your reset, you'll be free to go and you have a blessed day.
Sammy,
You welcome.
Sir, what's your phone number? Where's your real cell phone?
7439. With a 38, with a 5 inch, it's supposed to be a 9.
Wait till he finish.
2439.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, it's done.
That won't- It's gonna be in court, so unless he tells you otherwise. You can call about this one tomorrow. If you have not heard from him or someone from his office. Let me know he's still appointed to you. And this is your phone. Okay,
That's what the next, what that was.
right here. Cover that.
Come back here, or?
Yes. Very much. And you have the copy.
Oh, that's not good.
This is copy. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. You gotta go.
All right. You have a good one too.
Yes, sir.
Christopher Lionel Baker Jr. Oh, he has some bond conditions on here. Mr. Bailey, could you go make a copy of this for me? Thank you. We're in session in cause number 330088, case of style of state of Texas versus Christopher Lionel Baker Jr. Is that your full name?
Yes, sir.
How you doing, Mr. Baker?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing fine. Thanks for asking. Mr. Boyd,
Yes, sir.
you was approaching the bench, in reference to Mr. Baker's case, is that
Yes,
correct?
Your Honor, I believe Mr. Baker's wanting to see if we can get his case reset. The victim has signed the affidavit of non-prosecution, and she's gonna take the options class. And we're waiting on her to come take that options class and confirm that she does not wish to prosecute.
Okay, let me do this. Yeah, give him a copy. Okay. Now, Mr. Baker, the bailiff has just handed you a document that is titled Standard Bond Conditions in County Court at Law Number 2. Do you see that?
Yes, sir.
I will go over this document with you, and it reads, following arrest and or accusation in County Court at Law Number 2 of Jefferson County, Texas, all bail bonds executed for release of any defendant named herein are ordered subject to the following additional conditions. Number 1, the defendant shall commit no offense against the laws of this state, any other state, or of the United States. Do you understand that condition?
Yes, sir.
Condition number 2, the defendant shall submit to testing for drugs and alcohol at any time as directed by the court. The court may revoke the bond and order the arrest of any defendant who A, refuses to submit to a test for drugs and alcohol when directed to do so by the court, or B, submit to a test for drugs and alcohol, and the test indicates the presence of drugs or alcohol in the defendant's body. And that's pursuant to the Texas Code of Criminal Procedure, Article 17.44, A2 and C2. Do you understand that condition?
Yes, sir.
Condition number 3, defendant shall not communicate either directly or indirectly with the alleged victim of the pending offense, and the defendant shall not go near any residence, school, or other location frequented by the alleged victim. Do you understand that condition?
Yes, sir.
And condition number 4 does not apply to you because that only applies in DWI cases. Mr. Baker, your case is going to be reset. How much time do we need?
Maybe 2 weeks, Judge. I know she's supposed to take it this Thursday, I believe, and come in, but
Okay, let me get this here. So it's gonna be reset, resetting for 2 weeks. Mr. Baker, if you violate any one of the terms and conditions of the bond, the bond can be revoked and you can be placed in the Jefferson County Jail. Do you understand that?
yes, sir.
Stand over there on the 4X. She's gonna give you a reset. Once she gives you a reset, you'll be free to go and you have a blessed day. Get to her.
The box.
Back in session in County Court at Law Number 2, Jefferson County, Texas. The arraignment docket, which is scheduled at 9 a.m. on today's date of August 31st of 2021. Next case we'll call is cause number 326600. Case is styled the state of Texas versus Keyshawn Rashid Dancy. Keyshawn Dancy was scheduled to be in court this morning at 9 a.m. for the court's arraignment docket. And Keyshawn Dancy's name was called at or about 9 a.m. by the court's bailiff at the courthouse door. Keyshawn Dancy did not answer. Keyshawn Dancy has not appeared in court since the court has been in session. The time now is 11:03 a.m. on today's date. Mr. Bailiff, would you please call the name of Keyshawn Dancy? Keyshawn Dancy's name was called again at the courthouse door by the court's bailiff, and Keyshawn Dancy did not answer. A reasonable time has passed to give Keyshawn Dancy an opportunity to appear in court, and Keyshawn Dancy has not appeared in court. State, do you have a motion?
Yes, Your Honor, the state will move for bond forfeiture at this time.
That motion will be granted, and a warrant shall be issued for the arrest and cause number 326600.
On this, it says cash bond, but in the front screen, it says a cash bond for fruit child to monitor. Let me just call her and make sure she sent notice on that. It's a cash bond, no Harris County, not Harris County bond.
Oh,
Yes.
okay. So at this time, the court coordinator has just pointed out something to the court regarding the bond in this case, that it states on the docket sheet that it's Harris County bond, but it's in the computer, it shows that it's a cash bond out of Harris County. So there may be a question as to notice, whether notice was given. So at this time, I'm going to hold off on granting the motion to forfeit the bond in cause number 326600. Let me, I can go to the next one.
All right. I'm
When-
requesting-
We're in section and cause number 328960. The case is styled the state of Texas versus Samantha M. Schaefer. Samantha M. Schaefer was scheduled to be in court for the court's arraignment docket at 9 a.m. on today's date. At or about 9 a.m., the court's bailiff called the name of Samantha Schaefer at the courthouse door. Samantha Schaefer did not answer. The court has been in session since 9 a.m. and Ms. Schaefer has not appeared in court. The time now is 11:06 a.m. on today's date. Mr. Bailiff, would you please call the name of Samantha Schaefer?
No response.
Samantha Schaefer's name was just called again by the court's bailiff at the courthouse door. She has not answered, or she did not answer. A reasonable time has passed to give Ms. Schaefer an opportunity to appear in court on this case and for the arraignment docket, and Ms. Schaefer has not appeared. State, do you have a motion?
Yes, Your Honor, state we request a case and a bond forfeiture.
That motion shall be granted. In cause number 328960, case styled Samantha M. Schaefer. Ms. Schaefer's bond will be forfeited and a warrant shall be issued for her arrest. We're in session in cause number 330148. The case is styled the state of Texas versus Derek Ryan Jenkins. Derek Ryan Jenkins was scheduled to be in court this morning at 9 a.m. for the court's for the court's arraignment docket. Mr. Jenkins' name was called at or about 9 a.m. by the court's bailiff. Mr. Jenkins did not answer. Mr. Jenkins has not appeared in court since the court has been in session. The time now is 11:08 a.m. on today's date of August 31st of 2021. Mr. Bailiff, would you please call the name of Derek Jenkins at the courthouse door?
No response.
Derek Jenkins' name was just called again at the courthouse door. Derek Jenkins did not respond to the call by the bailiff. A reasonable time has passed to give Mr. Jenkins an opportunity to appear in court for this case, and he has not appeared. State, do you have a motion?
Yes, Your Honor, the state will move for bond forfeiture at this time.
That motion shall be granted, and a warrant shall be issued for the arrest of Derek Jenkins in cause number 330148. Next case is cause number 330286. Case is styled the state of Texas versus Colby Mack. Colby C. Mack. Mr. Colby Mack was scheduled to be in court for the court's arraignment docket at 9 a.m. on today's date of August 31st, 2021. At or about 9 a.m., the court's bailiff called Mr. Colby Mack's name at the courthouse door. Colby Mack did not answer. Colby Mack has not appeared in court since the court has been in session. The time now is 11:09 a.m. on today's date. Mr. Bailiff, would you please call the name of Colby Mack?
No response.
Colby Mack's name was just called again by the court's bailiff at the courthouse door. Colby Mack did not answer. A reasonable time has passed to give Mr. Mack an opportunity to appear in court. State, do you have a motion?
Yes, Your Honor, the state will move for bond forfeiture at this time.
That motion will be granted, and in cause number 330286, warrant shall be issued for the arrest of Colby Mack, and his bond shall be forfeited. This will conclude the calling of the court's arraignment docket, which was scheduled at 9 a.m. on today's date of August 31st, 2021, in County Court, Law number 2 of Jefferson County, Texas. Judge Terrence L. Holmes presiding. Everyone have a blessed day.
Thanks, Judge, you too.
Thank you. All right.